bench is after the 2 cross checks and the jawing that's gone on. So you wonder if maybe that could have something to do with it, if someone went by him and gave him a good whack.
And I would say a good whack is probably better than a twisted ankle at this point. You know, that bruise you can get over, but he's still in some pain. And that's not good for Owen Sound. Caleb Morrison for them, and it just remind myself of his number 15. He's just back from a badly broken leg that kept him out of the first part of the season, so they're happy to get him back. It'd be a shame if Merrifield couldn't rejoin this game.
And that's maybe more what it looks like as he hobbles off. So many players in that area, wouldn't be surprising to see somebody step on someone's foot, something really simple. There's Owen Sound in low, and that pass is just off the mark to Calvin Stewart.
Calvin, the captain for Owen Sound.
And would he be related to Brady?
Yes, yes, his older brother, as you're sort of maybe alluding to, plays the Junior B team in Owen Sound. Yep. There's 3 boys in that family. Brandon, also a goal scorer for the midget team. So, you know, Stewart's a name becoming synonymous with lacrosse, and their dad, Paul Stewart, coaches the field lacrosse team at Owen Sound District Secondary School. So, becoming shouldn't say becoming, they are a lacrosse family, that's for sure.
Well, just watching Brady and Calvin run, I haven't seen Brady in a while, but they look alike just the way they move down the floor as you see Calvin come in and pick up the ball from his goaltender.
And so, you know, they're Chatsworth guys coming into Owen Sound to play, and of course lacrosse is played in a lot fewer centers than, say, a sport like hockey, which the Stewarts all play as well, or Brandon doesn't anymore. Yes, he does, sorry, Brandon does today. But the one thing about lacrosse in Owen Sound, it brings people in from Wyerton, Port Elgin, Chatsworth, Meaford, so it becomes really a regional team.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, that's right, Chatsworth for you?
Not for lacrosse, but for the other.
Yep. And there, so Owen Sound is too many possessions here without even getting close to the net. It's one thing to make a pass toward the net and not connect, but they're not even getting into the middle of the defense of Cambridge here, so they're going to have to figure something out here pretty quick.
And despite the last multiple trips down the floor showing nothing, I mean, they're still only down 3, and in a game of runs, they can get back in this in a hurry if they can string a couple passes together. It's going to be Cambridge's ball. They're going to swing it to the far side, and a nice stop there by Mason.
Nice play all around, a great over-the-top pass, but Mason, he started to really, I think, see the ball quite well and feel the ball. So, Quentin Merrifield's back on the floor. You can't see him in your screen right at center. I'm not sure he should be. So we're going to maybe get a replay of Quentin in the corner. We do. Rogers Sports exclusive replay. Just watch number 8. He's got, here it is with the funky helmet on. He gives a whack. Yeah, so watch here. He did. That's right. So he kind of stayed tall for a while, John, and then
it looked like his teammate who came in to help him there couldn't catch a number. It looked like he just landed the front part of his foot on the front part of his teammate's foot.
Yeah.
And that was the only contact between any feet or ankles.
It didn't look like much, but you're right. Maybe just stepping right on the front of his teammate's foot. It doesn't take much when you're traveling at that speed.
No, and something that's not flat, that little twist. The ball's loose inside, but no real dangerous opportunity as Caleb Morrison was right there.
That stoppage there, John, was for a water break for the goalies. There aren't many stoppages in lacrosse, and they don't have a net to put top of a net to put a bottle on, so they do get to ask for a drink and go get one quick.
Almost surprised the rest. Well, I guess it's tough to say no to a kid who wants a drink, but with a minute 45 left in the period. But that's what it was for.
And you can't do it to take the advantage away from the other team. So it's his team's opportunity to move up the floor. So I guess that's why she said yes.
Merrifield. Back with the ball. He's got 10 seconds on the clock. He's getting worked in the corner. He's going to lose it. He can't do anything with it, though. It was Owen Vance out there as well. And here's Lantowski after the shot clock. Lankowski moves it up. Got an open man, another man backdoor. There he is in the shot.
Or a fake. He got the ball right back anyway.
Bennett Isley, getting the ball right back. They're going to defer to him now. 10 on the shot, or on the game clock. There's the shot and another rebound backdoor, similar to the first goal. Cambridge scored, but no one there to pick it up.
And you notice Merrifield did a smart thing there. He went into his goalie's crease and took the ball. The opponents can't come in and take that ball. That's what happened on the third goal for Owen Sound. They're a little careless. So that time Merrifield learned from that and kept it in his goalie's crease.
And it's a play that you got to be confident with whatever way you go with it. If you're going to stand in the crease with it and take your time and get yourself some room, be confident with it. If you're going to run it, be confident. You can't sort of wait around and be slow with the ball. That's what happened on the third goal for Cambridge at the end of 15 minutes of play, the first period. It is Cambridge Chiefs 3 and Owen Sound 0. But Owen Sound needs to get back to the type of possessions they had the first 3-4 times down the floor in the first period.
Well, and really, the goals that Cambridge got were their dangerous possessions. It's not like they're dominating play. The ball's going back and forth. Again, the shot clock has a lot to do with that change of possession, but they've just capitalized on 3 chances. Owen Sound, 3 chances, can be right back in this. I'd say, it'd be interesting to know what Coach Merrifield's drawing up. I think he's got to get cutters coming from the sides through the crease and try and get in the middle of Cambridge's defense. They seem to be getting stalled up too high, and then they can't, even in desperation, get a shot on net.
Yeah, in my opinion, if you're Coach Merrifield, you'll take any type of movement on the offensive floor or on the offensive side of things right now with 1 player at the ball and 4 players standing still. Even if you know you're not going to get the ball, that cutting through might draw someone out of position enough that you can get the ball and get an opportunity.
It's interesting here as we look at the Cambridge bench. So Cambridge, I would say more of the same. Everything builds from defense. I mean, and that's so common in all team sports. Their defense right now is top-notch, not letting any shots, and then they're getting some flow to their offense. But what I was going to say was Ethan Woods has shown up for Owen Sound, and you'll hear his name. He's an official, so he's been on games here that we broadcast as an official. He's a goalie for the Barrie, I think they're Barrie Lakeshores Junior A team, a high-level lacrosse player. And now they've got a third coach, and it'll be interesting to see how that communication changes and the tactics can change, because with the other 2 coaches having to work a door, they can't necessarily be talking to those guys that just came off the floor. And so, you and I both been on a lot of sports benches, and you need someone that can turn the guys around and show them a play on the whiteboard if you need to.
Yeah, and that looks like that's going to be exactly what Ethan Woods does, is he's going to stand right at the top of the bench. It's always nice when you come back to the bench to have someone to give you that first-hand experience. And the guy that's much older than he is as the players, they're probably more than happy to listen to him, even if he is a goaltender. Yeah, talking to forwards.
Well, that's it. The goalie sees all the plays, don't they?
And they're the ones who maybe know how everything develops more than some of the players who are trying to develop the players from the offensive side of things. We have Carter Moran as he moves it out wide to his captain Stewart. There's the shot. That's wide. The rebound was there for Tyson Morrison as he battles now with Tyler McGilvery behind the net.
So another shot clock violation, but they got, I'll say, a reasonable shot toward the net. It moved from side to side a couple times, and then I think it was Stewart got the shot off. So that's a positive. In my opinion, that's a good start to the period for Owen Sound. Win the face-off, get into their end, get a chance.
My favorite name so far, Hunter Johannes. It just comes off the tongue so nice. Yeah. Number 11 makes a nice move into the middle. Not a lot of room to get the shot off, but he does anyways. I lost count of how many spin moves he made, but kept the stick real close to his chest, and they couldn't get it from him. And you get into that much traffic, even if you can get away with the ball, it's next to impossible to get the shot off.
I was just going to say, I think Owen Sound got away with too many men, but they didn't. You have to let your player get into that white area before you change. So luckily this time it is just a change of possession. So Owen Sound's got away with a couple of hits from behind and not too many men.
And they're going to pay the price though on the change of possession.
Brenna just sneaks through the legs of Mason. Thought he had it sealed off, but again, you could see as soon as it hit him, he turned around, so he had no confidence in that save.
That's Bennett Isley, number 14, who gets his first of the game.
You're right, they didn't get a penalty, but Cambridge turned it right around and said, you're going to give us a free ball, let's take it.
You count the Owen Sound sweaters 4, there's 2 at the top there, and Isley just slips in behind him, wide open, gets the pass, and lets it rip.
And again, a pass halfway across the floor, got Mason's legs opened up.
Cambridge right back on top of Owen Sound. Owen's going to squirt between 2 players' legs, and Owen Sound's going to get away with it. That's Elliot Thompson. Up floor. And he just keeps running to the far side.
His coaches won't be happy there. 20 seconds left in the shot clock. Had players joining him. I know they're desperate for shots, but that wasn't a good one. As you're falling, maybe he had no other option because he's getting checked, but 20 seconds left.
And now here comes Cambridge, backdoor play. And that's just past the stick of Tyler McGilvery. And it's out to Hunter Johannes.
That was a good attempt by Cambridge. Almost the one-timer, just didn't quite connect.
Evan Crowder now to the net, and that's going to be stopped by Mason.
Another field across player number 7 for Cambridge with the white helmet on there.
Move to Maddock. Maddock tries to get around Johannes, and he does. Maddock to the middle, tries to go to his forehand, but he can't get the shot off.
So good aggressive play by Maddock, and he got away with a slash, so he'll be happy he got away with it. Nice aggressive play for him to go right up the middle. Didn't quite get a shot off, but at least he challenged the middle of their defense. Now Owen Sound gets a possession back because of an infraction by Cambridge.
Here's Maddock again, gets away from the stick check off the post.
Yeah. So maybe Spencer Maddock's going to be the one to kind of lead them back here.
Certainly the one bringing in. He has the ball again behind the net. He's got a man out front. He gets it to him. Not in the shooting area was the pass, though. And he gets cross-checked to the floor was Lucas Murner.
And that's going to be there. That's the second time in a row that check from behind. So Owen Sound's done it a couple times now. Cambridge has. Let's see if Owen Sound can make them pay.
There's Stewart on the far side, not getting a lot of room, but he gets a pick. And a good switch D by Cambridge. As Stewart is pinned up against the boards. That's Tyler Owen, who's all over him down in the corner.
And the Owen Sound player comes in there and does a bit of that. Number 3 can't engage there with that cross check in the corner. That play didn't involve him, so
no touch at all.